What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Odd Chopper channel. I'm your host, Mike, known as Narco Cop on Twitter, and this is Best Bets for UFC Noche. We're back again, guys. Before we recap last week and give you my plays for this week, do me one favor: hit the like button down below, subscribe to our channel at Odd Chopper, and once you are subscribed, hit that notification button so you can get all our videos here that go live on the Odd Chopper YouTube channel. Quick recap: last week went 1-2. A lot of bad luck, honestly. Last week we picked a dog in John McDessie at plus 225, and I sort of think we got robbed there in Australia, man. I thought he won 29-28. They gave it on the opposite side. I do think we got a very bad beat there at plus 225. The prop of the night was Jenkins' decision, and he was up 1-0. Then he gets injured in round 2, which is another bad beat there. So we lose that plus 160 ticket, but we easily hit the Turkilich Pedro under 2.5. That was very easy. That fight was never going to this to that under 2.5 area. So we hit that there, 1-2. Again, bad luck. Had good reads last week, really good reads, just didn't work out. Before we go on to our first play of the night, I do want to shout out our sponsor right there on the screen, BetMGM. And as you can see, current promo, you deposit at least $10. You make your first bet, and upon placing that first bet, you will receive a unique code to claim your Odd Chopper Premium Insider Access for free for 2 months. You tap into the expert advice in there from our very sharp sports betting guys. Tips from me, actually, on all of MMA, including my regional cards and my entire UFC Noche card. I will put it in there. Also, you do get up to $1,000 paid back in bet credits with your first deposit. You must also be 21 and older in most states. And if you have a gambling problem, please call or text 1-800-GAMBLER. With that out of the way, guys, let's move on to our first play of the night, and that is in the Fernando Padilla versus Kyle Nelson matchup here. Very interesting matchup. Fernando Padilla, as you can see, he has a big size advantage here, a nice reach advantage at 5 inches. The much younger guy, 6 years younger, coming in here in his second fight in the UFC, going up against a veteran in Kyle Nelson. Albeit, they both have around the same amount of fights, but Kyle Nelson's been in the UFC much longer. He does have a total of 7 UFC fights going into this one, and he's looking a lot better at 145, to be honest, of late. And here against Fernando Padilla, Padilla is sort of a finisher. He finished his last fight. He's only been to decision, I think, let's see here, 6 times. So he's been to decision 6 times. But when you look at his stoppages, a lot of them do come from accumulation. A lot of them come from, a little later in the fight as his opposition, was raised. Early on in his career, he finished a lot of fights early. But as his opposition got raised, he tended to go this decision a lot more. The over 1.5 was hit at a nice clip. And when you look at Kyle Nelson, this guy's not easy to finish. He's got 20 total pro fights. He's only been finished 3 times, once by submission, twice by knockout. One was Billy Quarantillo in round 3. The other one was a ground and pound against Diego Ferreira, and these are 2 really good fighters. And, they're putting this over 1.5 here at minus 143. I have it a lot higher. I don't see this fight ending early unless it's, maybe Kyle Nelson getting himself stuck in some type of submission when he goes for a takedown. But outside of that, Kyle Nelson is durable. He's shown a good fight IQ lately, actually, in managing his cardio. So I like the over 1.5 here at minus 143. Currently, you can get that on Bet Rivers Unibet. that will be in place of the favorite dog of the night, because I really don't have a dog on this card. So we're replacing our dog of the night with this very first play. Before I move on to the second play of the night, I do want to shout out our very own Discord channel. Currently, we have a promo first week, half off. Get in there, get all our expert advice from all the major sports betting markets, from very, very sharp guys, including myself for UFC, for all our regional plays. So if you want my whole UFC Noche card, get in there, sign up, link down below for our Discord channel. Moving on. Second play of the night. It is my favorite prop of the night. And this is in the Marnik Man versus Josephine Knutson. And here, I like the Knutson KO here, plus 185 on FanDuel. If you want to go a little safer, you can take the inside the distance at plus 130, also on FanDuel. But I like this play here. Knutson, very, very good kickboxer, very good Muay Thai, very good knees, has power in her hands. When you look at her career and you look at how many decision wins she has, you'll think, this girl, why are you taking her KO prop here? You're right. She's only had one fight that she's finished in her pro career in 6 wins. But man, when you look at every one of these girls that she's went to decision with, they're bloodied up, they're beaten up, they're surviving a storm. All of them are seem to be surviving a storm. And literally, she could have probably got a finish in every single one of these fights, which is crazy. Maybe the Austin fight, not, because Austin's a really good grappler and, she's a good fighter herself. But all the other chicks, even in her contender series recently, she hurt Verbeek bad. Now she's fighting a tiny girl in Marnik Man. I think this girl's an atomweight. She shouldn't even be in the strawweight division. She got knocked out in contender series against Bruna Bazil with a vicious head kick. Knutson throws a lot of kicks as well. In the clinch, she's extremely strong as Knutson. And this girl, Marnik Man, she wants to get in the clinch. She needs to get the fight in the ground. Just don't think she's going to have success here, man. And I think Knutson puts it on her. I think she stops her. It could be in any round. Very, very big striking disadvantage for man, strength disadvantage for man, size disadvantage for man, you name it. She's also taking this fight on short notice. This is honestly a slam dunk win for Knutson. It's just a matter of how she does it, and I think she does it by knockout here. It's plus 185. Like I said, you want to get a little safer, plus 130 ITD for Knutson. It's on FanDuel as well. So, maybe you look at that and save, it's 55 cents difference. So, yeah, I love the Knutson side here. I think she smashes. So that will be my prop of the night. Before we go on to my favorite play of the night, we do want to talk about our oddshopper.com. Currently, first month, you get 70% off. And just a great website to shop. Exactly what it says, Odd Shopper. It shops the best prices on all the major sports books in the U.S. Also gives you plays based on ROI, which way the algorithm is seeing a plus EV play, and it basically tells you how much you can bet. There's a lot of things you can work in there. Oddshopper.com, link down below. Great website. I use it all the time. And with that being said, we will move on to my favorite play of the night, and that is in the Raul Rosas versus Terrence Mitchell matchup. And UFC is doing something. They're giving a layup here for Raul Rosas after his last loss. This kid is only 18 years old. That's the only drawback there is here. I mean, his opponent, Terrence Mitchell, 14-3. We see him last time out. Cameron Saman, another young and up-and-coming fighter. He stopped him in round 1 pretty easily. This guy has been finished twice in his pro career, not counting the Kai Kara France, which they considered an exhibition and Ultimate Fighter, but he got knocked out there. So that makes it 3 times. This guy's a grappler, and when you look at it, most of his finishes are via rear naked choke and submissions. But now he's facing a really, really good grappler in Raul Rosas. Um, Extremely good jiu-jitsu. This kid is a prodigy on the ground. He finishes almost everybody on the ground. Last fight against Christian Rodriguez, really tough matchup, but I just don't see it here for Terrence Mitchell. I think he's in big, big trouble. He's in big trouble early. Raul Rosas goes fast, goes hard very, very early. He's got a bunch of first-round stoppages. I think he has 5 of them out of his 7 wins, and this is probably one of his easiest matchups in his last 3. So, I just think he steamrolls here. He gets a takedown early, gets this guy's back or something, and it's a wrap after that. This guy's got really, really good jiu-jitsu. And I'm not in favor of these plus 106s in round 1 submission, but this is just like a foregone conclusion for me. It's going to happen. UFC is giving this guy a layup. They're giving him probably one of the worst 35ers on the roster in Terrence Mitchell, and they're doing it for UFC Noche. Raul Rosas, Mexican heritage. He's right before the co-main event. I mean, there's all things that pointing. They just want him to smash this guy, and it's going to happen. So give me Raul Rosas, my favorite play of the day. It's by submission, round 1, plus 106 on Bet Rivers Unibet. That wraps it up. All 3 plays. We're going to go over them real quick here. It is the over 1.5 in the Padilla Nelson at minus 143 on Bet Rivers. The Knutson KO at plus 185 on FanDuel or ITD. Maybe just take the ITD at plus 130 and be a little safer there. And also the Rosa submission one at plus 106 on Bet Rivers. That wraps up all 3 plays. Again, shout out to our sponsor, BetMGM. You see there, deposit 10, get 1,000 up to 1,000 in bet credits, plus 2 free months of our Discord insider access, which you really want. Link down below. Yeah, guys, that will do it for today. All 3 plays for UFC Noche. What else can we say? Let's cash those tickets for UFC Noche. See you all next week. Let's freaking go.